Greg, talk about your great lap this afternoon, and then also I think you had an engine change earlier in the day, which unfortunately will result you starting in the rear.
Yeah.
But still talk about your performance.
Yeah, you know what? It was really a spectacular lap considering everything that we did today. You know, we were fortunate enough to get an extra hour of practice here, and unfortunately we had about 8 minutes of practice. So today before qualifying, and you know, guys worked really hard, got the engine changed. I got out with like 3 minutes to go to make a lap, and we made some adjustments from that lap, and we're able to, you know, put down a pretty fast lap. So, you know, obviously the car is pretty close. I'm anxious to get some track time. You know, I can't wait to see how my car runs, but you know, hopefully we'll get that right tomorrow. But we certainly we're going to get a good pit stall for the race, and like you said, we have to start at the back, so that's a little unfortunate. But the team's worked really hard. I'm proud of them for how hard they worked on the you know, the car that we were going to have for race.
Okay, we'll start with questions. I believe Lee, did you have a question? Okay, we'll kick off with Lee then.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Did they specifically diagnose what was wrong with the engine, though? And is there any concern? I mean, was Keselowski something an outside issue, or you know, what's really going on?
Yeah, I don't have all the details. They're actually taking the engine apart now. They were going to take it apart after qualifying. I wish they would have taken it apart right away, but maybe I'll sleep a little better tonight at finding out what it is. But we feel like the issues could be common between the two car and my car. I think they're thinking it's the same issue, and something, you know, mechanical, something parts-wise inside the engine, the bottom of the engine, I think. So I'll know, obviously, we'll know a lot more here after we take it apart. Right now we're just sort of guessing.
All right, we'll go with Bob.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. How are you going to pass 40 cars on Sunday?
Same way I did at Bristol. This ought to be a lot easier. I started at the back at Bristol and started 29th, and 60 laps I was 9th under green. So it was a heck of a run for us. Hopefully we can, you know, do the same thing here. This racetrack is a lot more room, and I wouldn't say easier to pass, but a lot more opportunity to pass than last week. So certainly we're not going to do it in a short amount of time. Definitely it'll take probably 100 laps at a minimum to, you know, or 50, 75 laps to get our way up through the field. So hopefully we can. You know, maybe some pit strategy, but we'll just see what we can come up with.
Do we have additional? Okay, we'll come over here.
Okay, PrestoCarsandCompetition.com. Did you have any problems with the splitter, and if so, have you resolved that problem in the way the car is handling for the race?
We haven't. We did more so at Las Vegas than here. Here we've been pretty good on that. Although we've only had 6 or 7 laps total of practice. So qualifying was the car was really good. No issues qualifying.
And how about handling the seams?
You know, they're difficult to go across. You know, what'll happen is you get down in the corner, and if the car starts to drift or gets a little bit tight and gets to that seam, then, you know, the car wants to kind of skate across it. But it's the same for everyone. And they're not as bad in 3 and 4 kind of as 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is a little tricky, and that's what gives a racetrack character, and it makes it challenging.
When you're in the race, do you want your spotter to talk to you a lot or a little, or just give you what you need? Some like it chatty and some like it quiet.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm middle of the road on that. I you know, what I need, and, you know, keep me, you know, up to speed on what's going on around us.